Microphone check 1 2. I just found out I was using the microphone off my what am I trying to say? Off my laptop. When I didn't want to. I actually have a real mic. I'm checking now. I'm on my real mic. Good. And so I'm just checking everything to make sure everything's cool. Mic's on. Okay. Let me go put on a shirt. I'll be right back, everybody. I'll be right back. Not lit for very long because didn't want to keep everybody waiting. But yeah, we're about to get started. Okay, there we go. Got my mic. Okay. And I'm on my real mic this time. Because I was on my laptop yesterday. I was wondering why I kept hearing an echo, up in the in the mix. Oops. Let me see what's going on here. Let me see if I got. Okay, that's good. Got a shirt on for y'all. Here we go. Yep. Oh, look good. Okay, little bit. Phoenix soul in the house. He can sing very, very well. By the way, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to start off tonight. Dusty's by the dozen. Of course, we know we have a number one Dusty in the mix right now. That Dusty's name happens to be the one, the only Nelly. He made it to the Dusty list. He definitely made it to the Dusty list. So we want to see what kind of dust he has to offer, and then we'll go from there. Here we go.
Had a lot of discussions on.
Oh, by the way, this is by Lovely T.I., who did an excellent, amazing job. Did an excellent job reporting on Diddy.
Things that are very important before you get married and have a baby. Even something as simple as where they want to live, you can tell Ashanti's very upset when Nelly's saying things that he has no plans on moving to New York. You can tell that really bothers Ashanti. And then let's not get on the fact that her grandfather was a part of the civil rights movement and Nelly still went ahead and performed. So I don't know, man. A lot of people on social media, a lot of people on TikTok are definitely giving Nelly the side eye. So we're going to go ahead and watch some of these reactions right now.
Ladies, I think they're right now, just so we Lovely T.I. She did a great job on the Diddy trial. I was appreciative with the information she gave, along with Tisa, who we'll be getting into a little bit later. I'm a fan of both, so let's break it down. Here we go.
The side eye. So we're going to go ahead and watch some of these reactions right now.
Ladies, I think there's a few lessons we could learn from Ashanti. With her new show going on with her and Nelly, they were in a conversation about where they're going to live. She wants to live in New York. He wants to stay in St. Louis. Throughout the show, you kind of see her light dim, her becoming more quiet, really trying to be a supportive wife, but really closing her throat chakra, not speaking up as much. And I think the lesson in all of this is really first and foremost, control the controllables and have hard conversations before marriage.
Exactly. The thing is that Ashanti should have already known, because it's not like Nelly's past has been hidden. I think I think he's done more than what has been reported on, but what has been reported on is plenty enough to know that he's not marriage material whatsoever. Basically anybody can get married. You can get married, but are you marriage material? Miss Alto in the mix. So that's a problem. I mean, this is a big problem we have here because we're looking at a situation where, at the very least, Nelly is toxic. And why? I don't know why. Why would Ashanti, who's a very beautiful and intelligent woman, would want to choose Nelly and his history? Because remember, when you're choosing a man, you're not only choosing him, you're choosing his history, because his history is going to tell you what the future is going to be. And so you have to ask yourself why she did that. And the only thing I can think is not desperation. I believe it really truly has to do with being sentimental. There was a time when they were together, so on and so forth. La la Papa, welcome to the stage. Welcome to the stage. I mean, welcome to the chat, not the stage, chat. So, Lala Papa says, but ain't he fresh from out of the U? Like nearly everybody he been cool with no longer messes with him. Yeah, that's a good point. That is a very good point. So, this is what happens when you really ignore the facts. I'm not going to say she should have chose better. I'm not going to say that. I'm not. I really am not. But what I am going to say is that you did the do now. He had your kid. I mean, you had your kid by him, knowing that he has other kids, a lot of other kids, and you know that he's not really the nicest guy to a lot of people. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
Lust, love, nostalgic old memories are not.
Boom. Then she hit on it. Nostalgic old memories, bars.
Enough. And for him, a man that already has multiple children already, for him to say the newborn stuff is her, and you know he won't really hop in until the baby is talking.
I don't think he ever hopped into anything. I don't think he took care of the other kids. Not physically, maybe financially, because he had to, but that was it.
And can like say, I want to go to the bathroom, speaks volumes.
It really does. Like, I feel like there were conversations that they should have had way before they even got to this stage. You know,
yeah. Lovely T, I don't think it would have mattered. I don't think it would have mattered. I think basically the thing is that she was on her clock was ticking, and for whatever the strange reason was, she felt like Nelly was the man for the job. And she's now finding out that Nelly's not the man for the job. I'm not, piling on her, but she could have done a lot better. And I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. Let me get rid of this junk here. Okay. Let me, what in the world is going on here? Okay. Let me show you why. Give me 1 second. I have to bring something else up. Okay. This is what I want to bring up right here. Let's check out the clip real quick. Here we go.
Just when we thought Nelly and Ashanti were living their best life, rumors started flying that Nelly was already cheating on Ashanti. And as if that wasn't bad enough, there were whispers about him being hooked on hard substances. These wild rumors exploded a few days ago when Nelly...
Deontay put it really well. The devil you know.
Got arrested at the Hollywood Casino and Hotel in St. Louis. Apparently, he won a $50,000 jackpot on a slot machine, but when he went to collect his winnings, they told him they needed to run a background check. Nelly thought it was a joke because he'd won larger amounts at the same casino before without needing a background check. But during this check, an active warrant for a prior traffic stop came up. The arresting officer searched his belongings and allegedly found 4 pills. Chilly, the internet went wild.
Okay, this is the weird thing. This is the weird thing. You're in a casino where there are a bunch of cops and there are a bunch of security guards, a bunch of cameras, a bunch of, other technology, and you want to bring drugs in there. Way to go.
People started clowning Ashanti for letting Nelly spin the block and get her pregnant when he's out here acting a fool. One person said, "Make a man your baby dad," and he embarrassed you immediately after. Ouch.
Yep, let's keep it going. I need to keep this going. This is the problem. Here we go.
Nelly's mugshot is as serious as the drug charge he was hit with on Wednesday. ETs confirm the rapper was arrested.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't, he's just an occasional user of drugs. Why is it every time that something happens, he has drugs on him? This is, ladies, I know the majority of you guys know this, but just in case for those who think like Ashanti, a guy who's always on drugs usually is not going to make a great dad. Just want to throw that out there.
Arrested in St. Louis after he was allegedly caught carrying ecstasy.
St. Louis, we was just getting started.
A hometown visit gone wrong for Nelly. We learned he was at a casino where he was searched after hitting a jackpot. But his luck ran out when allegedly 4 ecstasy pills were discovered, along with an outstanding warrant going back to 2018. Stemming from a skipped court date over a lack of car insurance.
I mean, you know something? The fact of the matter is that just shows you how he does business. And Ashanti should have known this. If a man's willing to miss a court date on some damn car insurance and not even, he has enough money probably. Let's find out what his money like. Let's see what his money's like. I've heard different things. Let's see what his money is like right now. Okay, so does Nelly have financial issues, or does he have money issues? Yes, Nelly has faced financial issues specifically regarding unpaid taxes in 2016. So this is a man who doesn't take care of his pocketbook very well. I mean, it's different if you don't have the money, but it's embarrassing when you do have the money. So why he did not take care of his auto insurance is beyond me. He could have sent somebody to take care of it for him. But this is the world he lives in. I'm from the loop. Oop, that's all I can play of that. Shoot. Okay, let me go past that. Let me go back to his
A controlled substance charge. Of course, the timing couldn't be worse for the soon-to-be dad of 5, as he's set to welcome a little one with wife Ashanti.
All right, I have to stop that. Move forward. So basically, and this is the argument I brought up on another channel, is like they were saying, well, these guys are rich, whatever. Not really. Not really. They might have some cash flow, but if they were to pay all their bills, they would be broke. Simply put, they would just be broke. They would be broke. So why she wanted to marry him, I don't know. She is still, Ashanti was still very beautiful at 40, gorgeous. And I know it just goes to show you that maybe being sentimental or nostalgic is detrimental to a Black woman's future, because that's all I could round it up to. She's not a dummy.
After rekindling their romance.
If someone had said to you in 2013, when you first split, wait a decade, this is the man that you're going to marry and have a baby with, how would you have reacted?
Are you crazy? Are you crazy?
Yeah. I'm sorry, but you are crazy.
Exclusively with Ashanti months ago at her maternity shoot. The singer didn't hold back, sharing how they've grown since their love story started.
I always...
He doesn't love her. He does not love this woman right here. He does not. I mean, the thing is this. I think another excellent advice I could give, really for anybody, but primarily for women, is if you're going to get in a serious relationship with somebody, see if they're up to having a psychological makeup done on them and see how that turns out. Have somebody, a neutral corner, give that person a test. And I'll guarantee you, your eyes will be wide open. I mean, you may not like what you hear, but you're going to hear it.
I had dreams, I had visions, like it was going to happen. Never in a million years did I think we would be here. Like 10 years ago, maybe, yeah. But after our breakup, you know, I didn't even think we'd ever.
Okay, and I'm being nice tonight. Let me tell you why I'm being nice tonight. I'm not bringing up all those times that Nelly had either assaulted or attempted or did GRAPE somebody. So that hasn't been put into the mix either. And it just shows that maybe the level of acceptability that Ashanti is expressing to this man, giving him literally every last chance she can with this knowledge. That's just crazy to me. It's dumbfounding. It's dumbfounding, and that's why, you know, I believe Nelly is running for the Dusty of the Day for sure. But I got competition for him. I got competition. I mean, he is definitely a Lyin King. Let's put it that way, a Lyin King. Because he doesn't think he's done anything wrong. Let me bring up a Lyin Queen right now.
Why?
Well, a Lyin King and a Lyin Queen. A Lyin King. Right now, here we go.
Why they don't like catering to their man, these black.
Okay. Notice that he's not the best looking guy in the world. He's okay. I mean, but just notice that. Here we go.
Women, these black queens, I don't get it. And all of those black queens that were talking shit, they're all single. They were all single ladies.
Better to be single and alive. And if you've seen my Sunday shows, you understand what I'm talking about. Better to be single and alive. Black women are more happy single than they are when they have a Dusty. And unfortunately, there's a lot of dust in the black community right now. Technically, you could say at the very least 50% of the men are Dusty, because the DV rate in the black community is around 45% in our community. So I don't know about you, but a man who puts a hands and feet on a woman is a Dusty. That means that by math, there's no way that the dust level is below 50%.
They literally.
So let's move forward and see what let's see what she says. Let's just see. I'm not going to even color this. Let's go. Wait, no. Okay, here we go.
Button. Make sure your notifications are on so you never miss an episode. And if you are a subscriber, welcome back to the channel. So y'all, this might be my last sit down video like this before we walk into 2025. And I'm really excited. I really am. And this topic that I'm going to be discussing is, I'm pretty much talking about something that I've talked about frequently throughout my channel and also on my TikTok. I've talked about. Before I go into that, I want to drop a clip that discusses one of the many reasons why men have an issue with us as Black women when it comes to becoming their wives.
Yeah, break it
Okay,
down
let's
for
drop
us.
that
Break it
clip.
down. Break it down. I'm all here.
I went to a Christmas party and there was a
So she goes to a man to get the answer instead of just simply, telling us. And this guy, I don't even know if he's really Black. So he's really just an observer. Let me play this back here.
I went to a Christmas party and there was a bunch of Latinas and there was a little handful of Black women. There was this Latina girl dating a Black man and she was serving him a plate. Like typical most Latinas do. That's why many men love Latinas. I wonder why, right?
That's really weird to me because I've been served plates by women that were Black. So it's weird that he's using this one experience as a way to gauge all Black women. That's kind of weird to me. I mean, if he was, dated a Black woman for a long time or anything like that, but it sounds like to me the way he is mixing this up, it sounds like to me he's just been an observer.
And this Latina woman was serving her Black man a plate. And all of the Black women were like, let him serve his own plate. Why are you serving him his plate? Why you serve him? He got 2 legs. Like, I don't get why Black women don't want to serve their man.
So see, this is what I called why I call this show the Lyin Kings or Queens or, Kingtrests, whatever we want to call it. Because the woman in the show is being a little bit disingenuous, just a girl talk. Because quite honestly, this is weird because she's using a man who's not even, you can tell he's not in our culture. And he doesn't have to be. But you could tell he's just giving us a biased, what you would call a biased observation of how Black women are from an experience that he saw at one cookery. And that's why this is disingenuous right here. Because I can tell you hundreds of times I was given a plate. Not only by Black women that were my girlfriends, but Black women that didn't even know me. I'm telling you, I remember a couple years back, I was DJing a party, and this woman came up and said, hey, are you hungry? I didn't see you eating. I said, no, I haven't eaten. But I'm doing my thing. I appreciate, asking. She came back with a big old fat plate of food. So for his one little experience that he is, let me make it clear, is a spectator in, I've had 100 experiences of being as they catered to, which to me is the wrong word to use. It's just somebody being kind. This is really right here. This is disingenuous.
You care about him. If they do, maybe they don't. Why they don't like catering to their man, these Black women, these Black queens. I don't get it. And all of those Black queens that were talking shit, they're all single. They were all single ladies.
And it's funny to me because I don't know about you. I've heard a lot of Black women talk shit and be married. So it's disingenuous for this Lyin Queen to be using this man's very distant observation to judge Black women. We're going to go to our feature, our sub feature of tonight. And it's going to also tell you one of the reasons why maybe Black women who don't serve food to their man don't. Judge Boyd, take it away.
All right, who is the prosecutor on this case?
I want you to catch this man's Black t-shirt. Here we go.
Court is calling 2021 CR 0835, State of Texas versus Nicholas Cornelius. Can our parties announce for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar, State of Texas, and Jackson Lindsay on behalf of Mr. Cornelius, Judge.
Are you Mr. Cornelius?
If you can't read the t-shirt, it says, let me see if I can get this larger just for a second. There you go. It says Black Excellence. And guess where he's at? He's in court.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client? Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Cornelius, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge, we're going with the lesser included offense robbery.
Any objection?
No.
Did you understand you're charged with or at least the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of robbery? That's a second degree felony. The range of
I mean, think about it. He is wearing a Black Excellence t-shirt. And he out there robbing and hurting people, and because he let me just keep it going, but just the irony of it all is amazing.
the punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court doesn't follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to get, so has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him? Mr.
Oh, he's getting all this fair stuff. Here we go.
Cornelius, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea? Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the
Remember,
plea bargain page.
he's in for robbery and is wearing a Black Excellence t-shirt. I'm sorry, but I don't know about you, and I know this is a stretch, but if you're robbing and stealing and committing crimes, that is something that is not Black Excellence.
Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of robbery, and the state recommends deferred adjudication. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions? Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 3 years. There be a TAP evaluation. Oh, you may be excused to continue to confer. Mr. Cornelius, I'm showing you what's entitled Waiver and Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations. Did you review that document? Exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, can we go off the record? Can I see the prosecutor? All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer.
Basically, they find enough evidence to find him guilty. Believe it or not, just because you made a deal, the judge still gets a chance to say whether you should go or not.
Finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are we proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge. We're waiving appeal fine.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
My client had court in the 187 District Court back on May 31st of 2022. That day, he was arrested by the U.S. Marshals for a federal charge of being a person under indictment in possession of firearms.
Okay.
He spent 15 months in custody awaiting that charge. We worked out a deal in federal court for a plea bargain, accepting his ability to appeal that sentence because that particular statute is being challenged in the upper courts right now, 922.
Basically, my point is this. It's very simple. If you do not exemplify black, excellence, don't wear the damn t-shirt. Let me go forward. I want to get to that part.
But any time served in federal court awaiting disposition of that case be credited towards.
So he's been to prison.
Ancestors.
Let me go back. This is where she breaks it down.
Mothers.
How many mothers?
Well, oh shit, here we go.
Syntax.
All right. Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
4, 3, 2, 1, 6 months.
And where are they? Who are they with?
4, 3, 2, 1, 6 months. That's 5 kids. And he steals. And he breaks the law. Wearing a black excellence t-shirt.
Their mothers.
How many mothers?
3.
All right, that is not black excellence. The fact that you're here is not black excellence, unless that's the name of a building. But I'm assuming it's not. So you are not showing black excellence to your ancestors or to your mother, your grandmother, or anyone. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, man. I mean, Phoenix breaks it down. Who's doing that? Who's giving them babies? I mean, bars. I mean,
so don't wear black excellence if you're not showing it.
Yes, ma'am.
And she brings up a good point, and it goes into a deeper thought pattern. It goes into the fact that if you guys are out here doing dirt, putting your hands on women, regardless of the race, just any women, doing dirt, and don't come on here, don't come on YouTube or anything talking smack about anybody. Don't act like you are also a Diddy stuff when you don't exemplify it. This man, a lot of many, to me, this guy is one of many who thinks he's a better person than he is. Because why in the hell would you put on a black excellence shirt knowing you ain't anywhere near that? People don't just put on t-shirts unconsciously. They buy them, they get them, and they wear them because they have consciously thought it's a representation of themselves. And I mean, that is just crazy to me. Deontay, what are your thoughts about this black excellence going on here?
Hey, DJ. I think it's obviously hypocritical. I wonder if he thought about that when he put that shirt on. He probably didn't think nothing of it. He probably just put it on. It was clean. Just, show up at court. Or maybe he thought, he knew the judge he had. Maybe he thought because she was a black woman, that might somehow, spark her interest in a positive way. But it sparked her interest in a negative way, as it should have, because you can't come in here being a criminal and a robber and having all these children with all these different women, and then think that somebody gonna be like, yeah, you definitely a shining example of black excellence. So he's just an idiot.
I mean, I don't get it. I mean, there was plenty of shirts. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't think he should wear an orange shirt to court. That's not a good idea. But to wear this, it's like, if it said something like, I need to strive towards black excellence, I would feel okay. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, well, maybe he's waking up, right?
Yeah, even if he had a shirt on saying, currently working on myself. Like, I've seen those shirts, like, that would have been better. But this,
right?
Nah, you delusional. You know what I'm saying? That's his issue. He don't think he one of those dudes where he probably got an excuse that's leaving him unaccountable for everything that he's done wrong. He can try to blame somebody else. Oh, well, the reason why I robbed that dude was because what happened was he forced me to rob him. Like one of them type of dudes. Like
exactly.
All right. Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
Pack and moving.
Back with Jose Aguilar. There's to be restitution, if any, to FedEx. Regular reporting.
So here's
by
a question.
Zoom.
Here's a question for Just a Girl Talk I have is, does this man seem like somebody who's worth catering to? You know, Just a Girl, that was a clip I was playing before where the guy was talking about, oh, these men don't cater, blah, 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 blah. And he's not even in our culture. But this is the funny thing. If Just a Girl Talk maybe did something like qualify the type of men that women should cater to, it might be different, but they never do that. They just say black men in general, oh, you should be catering to your man. And it's like, not if he has 4 more baby mamas, robs and steals and stuff, and Zoe's in court. No, I don't think so. I don't think you should anybody should have to cater to somebody like this. There's just no reason. This is not black excellence. It's black embarrassment. Because I don't know about you, but it embarrasses me. Me.
This is terrible, but I tell you, DJ, honestly, there are people, there are women out here who, they fall in love with guys like this, and forget about just serving them food. These women will do time for these guys. I mean, we've all seen it before.
Yes.
You know, so it's the individual person. It's a psychological thing. I mean,
bars. And it seems like Ghost agrees with you. She goes, fuck. She goes, fuck now. I'm mad at the chicks who took his dust just so they can say they have a man.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it.
Tanya Sweat in the house? Ghost in the house? Phoenix Soul in the house. Glad everybody's here. Let's get to the party. Wait, I think there's more people in here, but here we go. Lola Papa is here. Miss Alto is here as well. Here we go.
Or in person. Regular UAs. 200 hours of community service restitution. There's going to be parenting classes. Once he completes parenting classes, that will be deemed to be satisfied. Field visits, 1 time per month for 3 months. And probation, if you all want to check with the federal government and see how their field visits are, you may not have.
Anyway, I mean, that's pretty much my argument. It's funny how these Lyin queens are telling black women to literally cater to a man like this, because they remember now, they're not saying, oh yeah, this is conditional, he has to be good to you or anything like that. They're not saying that. They're asking you to cater to a man like Nelly, who literally has been in and out of jail himself. Tevin, the lifestyle guy, is in the house as well. Let me go to my next person on screen, Diddy. As you know, we are taking a ride around the manosphere, and I'm showing you some of the best Lion King clips you will ever see. Brought to the stage, DG happily gives you Kevin Samuels. Kevin and Diddy, let's break it down. Let's go.
No, not really. But
no, yes, really you are. You're a deadbeat. You want a beautiful woman for free.
How come other guys get
it? Kevin called this man a deadbeat. But Kevin, brother, in the memory of you, what is up?
Let me leave it to with. Can do any of those things. You had to go for a slap.
This
into DV.
Tell me what Where is it at? There we go.
She filed for divorce.
What's this about? I'm only going to show it for a second. Y'all know. Public figure. Okay. So anyway, he was a deadbeat because you wouldn't believe me. You wouldn't believe me if I didn't show you. So there you go. Kevin Samuels is a deadbeat himself. Let's go back to Diddy's clip. Back to Diddy's. Back to Diddy's. Let's see. See, the problem I have with a lot of the Lyin Kingdom is the fact that there's a source, a kind of a cognizant, you know what I mean, cognizant dissonance. And also there's hypocrisy and irony. So here we go.
Other things, you can be cheap, but you can't say you want beautiful women for free. Or you can say that, but you don't get them. You're gonna pay sooner or later.
that's why the females tell me all the while, Kevin.
See the
Wait a minute. So he's telling these men they have to pay.
problem is you lied. You said the gynocracy, and that's an outright lie. You're being disingenuous, sir. You
wait a minute. Okay, so wait a minute. Let's see. Let me play this soundbite from Crit. Okay, right here. Here we go.
I'm gonna blow this up for y'all. All right, and here we go.
Start this video. I just want to say, I'm not gonna act like I found this information by myself. I was watching King AK-47 last night. So that's where I found this information from. He's brought a lot of information to the table. I like French tips. French tips.
Okay, so he's talking about the woman's nails, apparently.
I give you your flowers.
And I do have to point this out. If you've ever dealt with a Pisces, which he's a Pisces male, they are very much into hygiene. They're
Okay, let me move this forward because I didn't want to get to...
Girlfriend.
Okay, here we go.
Tips. Friend tips. I'll keep you the friend tips because if you mind. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm taking applications for 1099 girlfriend.
So basically, Kevin Samuels is taking applications for a 1099 girlfriend. If you don't know how to break that down, what that means is he's doing what the passport bros do, except he's doing it here in the States. Is that nice enough? I didn't say anything mean, did I? I mean, basically, yes. He's basically buying women for company. Your godfather.
all right, y'all. He said he is taking applications for 1099 girlfriends. So when I heard that, you know what came to my mind was this Alcantara, this BSN RN nurse that flew all the way from Dallas, ding, 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 Dallas again, to Atlanta. She was flued out, if you will. She flew herself over there with him. Now, was she a 1099 girlfriend, you all? Because apparently she didn't know him that well, and she was an alleged
absolutely.
fiancé.
She was a 1099. She was absolutely a 1099. She was a nurse who didn't know how to nurse.
I'd say that's the story that they are telling us, which we're not buying it. We're not falling for it. Kevin Samuels strikes me as the type that like to keep a lot of nice looking women around him to make him look good, to make it look to the appearance of to the outside world as if he just has these women around him. But you just heard him say that he likes French tips and a 1099 girlfriend.
Because if you mind, oh yeah, by the way, I'm taking applications for 1099 girlfriend. I'm looking for 3 to 6 month contracts with a 3 to 6 month re-up. So
3 to 6 month contract, y'all with a re-up program.
So, I mean, that's like, what are your thoughts about this, Deontay? It sounds like to me he's a sophisticated trick, in my opinion.
Yeah, I remember one of the episodes he had back in 2022. I remember it very well because something I had going on that night, and I was listening to it, and he was talking about paying for prostitutes. And what he did was he opened up the floor to men to challenge him. You know how Kevin Samuels was. He never wanted to speak to nobody who agreed with him. He wanted the challengers because he wanted to, you know, it was salacious. And he wanted the men who challenged him against that to call in and say why paying for sex was a bad thing. Now, he had a soliloquy before every show. He would go like 30, 40 minutes talking about what he would do, what the show was going to be about. Now, some of it I understood what he was saying, right? I mean, just at the end of the day, I don't know if you saw that Chris Rock movie years ago called Head of State, where he was running for president and they had like this white girl for him. And he was like, well, what's her job? And the white guy was like, oh, she sleeps with you. And they was like, what? And they was like, yeah, the government got tired of these scandals and we just decided to just hire these girls. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just keep them around. Like, so I understand it from that point. A guy is going to, if he's traveling business dude, he going to want sex, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know. It's just up to everybody's preference. I mean, you can't want a family and to live wholesome on one hand, but want to pay for prostitutes on the other hand, you know. And that's the part of Kevin Samuels that it wasn't just him. It was a lot of guys in that how should I say, in that group where they would say, if you made a certain amount of money as a man, you had the right to cheat on your wife, as long as you didn't do it in a sloppy way, as long as you didn't do it in public, as long as you didn't have no outside babies, and as long as you didn't, you know, bring it around, bring out STDs or anything like that, you had a right to do it because so many women want you. And I mean, I can see that from a certain point, but then I'm like, well, what happens if you married to somebody like Nicki Minaj, for example, and so many men want her? Does she got the right to have sex with all these men because her husband don't have the same clout that she does? You know, so it cuts both ways.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. And that's why I'm going to this next clip right here. This is what's interesting to me. This is how, let me just play it. I want to surprise everyone.
Y'all, this is not funny, but it is kind of funny. Like, the way that men today are trying to protect their peace, their pockets, and their purpose is next level. So
let's see that. Let me show you next level.
No hair on his leg is a born punk. First born punk it was. I know I don't agree with I was born a homosexual.
So a question for Danica. Danica, is this next level? Is this the next level you talking about, Danica?
Your daddy made a punk. You just could throw a football, big old punk. It's a lot of big old punks like you in prison.
Is that next? Is he protecting his peace? Is Charleston White protecting his peace right now, Danica? Danica, let me know. Let me know.
Dick and give it, big bitch. Talk about what it is. I can't do. I swear to God, I will make your mama cry like the gang banging through innocent people.
Wow, I mean that sounds like peace to me, Danica. Let me play Danica's clip one more time.
Y'all, this is not funny, but it is kind of funny. Like, the way that men today are trying to protect their peace, their pockets, and their purpose is next level.
Oh, next level, like this? Like this?
So we all know what a passport bro is, right? A man who travels to a poor country to meet women and kind of take advantage of a situation. You follow me? Do you understand what happens to some of these men? From being drugged on dates in Colombia by women they met on dating apps to being kidnapped, held for ransom, and then thrown off a cliff.
Is that peaceful, Danica? Danica, I got more. I'm in Deonta, I'm in the mix right now. Della, I'll tell you first. Good seeing you in the chat. Here we go. Danica, break it down one more time. Break it down.
Y'all, this is not funny, but it is kind of funny. Like, the way that men today are trying to protect their peace, their pockets, and their purpose is next level. So
how about this one?
Okay, y'all. Jay-Z can run, but he can't hide. The feds have finally got down to the nitty-gritty when it comes to Jay-Z and his alleged son.
Angela Reddick is in the house as well.
Mirror.
Rena West in the house.
And word on the street, y'all, he is being forced to give up that DNA, y'all. He's being forced, okay? The judge has put their foot down, and he has to take the test by July the 18th, y'all. Word.
Ooh.
He doesn't have to take the test by July 18th. Jay-Z never responded to the suit. Never. He never responded. Not even his lawyers responded to it. So the judge is saying, okay, you have to give us a response because we're going to, this is going to go to court. Basically what they're saying is we're going to be there on the 18th, and if you or your representative don't show up, then we're just going to rule in favor of the plaintiff. And then the judge will make him give a DNA test.
Right. That's if you don't pay up.
Well, I'm saying he'll show up though, or he at least send his lawyer to go. I think that lawsuit for the DNA test is a frivolous one, and the only reason I think that is because I understand Jay-Z's staying part of it. When you in a position that he's in, if he worked, even if he took the test and found out it's negative, that's not his son. That's not the point. Now he set a precedent now to where every single time somebody says this is my real dad, now he has to take a test for it. And see what happened is a lot of people start coming out the woodwork who's ever had sex with Jay-Z. And they'll start, no, seriously. And they'll start calling CNN and The View and MSNBC and ABC and CBS, and they'll start getting paid by internet. They don't even care if they know that Jay-Z not the real father. They just want to get their 15 minutes of fame because you get paid six figures for these interviews. You know what I'm saying? So they'll definitely do that. And I understand, it's not fair that you're a regular private citizen, we're trying to be, and you got dozens, if not hundreds of people knocking down your door every day just so they can get on TV for 5 minutes and say, yeah, I had sex with Jay-Z at a club one night and I got pregnant. And then, you go around the media circuit, podcast shows and everything getting paid to talk about something that happened 30 years ago, and it turns out he ain't even your baby's dad. That's what I'm saying. He don't want to set that precedent.
Well said. Well said. On the stage, Concrete Ghost. How you doing tonight?
I think I'm doing okay. I'm not drowning. We got flash floods out here.
Oh.
It's raining out there?
It has not stopped raining. It rained so much that the creeks all started rising and people acting like they don't know what happened when the water crosses the road and they're just driving through it.
Oh, no.
Cars get swept down the way. I didn't know it was that deep. It was a road before and it was a river when you decided to drive through it. Why'd you drive through it?
Ain't that the truth?
But how do I sound?
You sound good.
Okay, this is one of the new mics for Ghost Town. I'm finna take a trip over there in a little bit.
Okay.
I saw the link, and you know me, I like a good link, StreamYard link.
Straight up. So what do you think about this situation with Jay-Z and his possible son?
I don't know. I wasn't in that bed. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I don't want the DNA test done already. If that's what we gonna do.
Yeah, they might as well get it out the way, huh?
Might as well. I'm not supporting the boy, so don't have nothing to do with me.
That's what I was saying though, is that you don't want to be in a position where you put yourself in the line of fire now, because you know how it is. Once you do something once, you've opened the door. You know what I'm saying? And now he'll have every woman out there he ever even gave a hug to be trying to sue him for DNA, and they don't even care that they'll know that the baby's not his. You know what I'm saying? They just want the time on the podcast and the news media circuit, you know, just to make the money and get some clout. Because I mean, Jay-Z ain't never been in a situation like that before, where all these women have come. It's like, think about it. This dude's been famous for 30 years, and this is it. Just one person coming out saying that, you know, that, like, he's my father. Like, it's been guys out here, especially so many white celebrities, that done had hundreds of, you know what I'm saying, people, and even Michael Jackson, you know, that had dozens of people come out saying that he was his, you know, father or whatever. So
Right. But
I just
this has
can't
been pretty
believe
persistent. And Angela says a positive test will prove Jay-Z had sex with a minor. So I assume this young man, when Jay-Z had, because he looks like he's in his 30s, right? So yeah, basically this could be bad for Jay-Z in that way. And he is in New York, right?
Yeah. The guy's mother, supposedly when all of this happened, she was under the age of 18. But I'm gonna tell you something else too that everybody should know by now. I mean, if you want to know if Jay-Z ever had sex with a minor before, the answer is probably 99% yes. Because I'm pretty sure he had sex with Beyonce before she was 18. Because he met her when she was 16. Like, so yeah.
And,
I'm pretty
okay.
sure he had sex with her before she was 18. I mean, but they've been together for almost 30 years now. So nobody questions it because they got married, had kids, and they doing their thing.
Well, yeah, I guess, but illegal, still illegal, you know?
No, yeah, definitely. Because Jay-Z, Dame Dash, and R. Kelly were really, really weird in the 90s because R. Kelly was messing with Aaliyah when she was 15. That was public. Dame Dash started messing with Aaliyah after R. Kelly, and she was like 17, and that was public. And then Jay-Z was messing with Beyonce when she was 16, 17, and that was public. But it wasn't until he didn't open up and make it official until 2002 with Beyonce when she was like 20 years old. But he had been messing with her since 98, 98, 97. I mean, it's weird. They all six of them got a picture together where they in the club somewhere. Jay-Z, Dame Dash, R. Kelly, Aaliyah, Beyonce, and I believe it's Kelly. Kelly Rowland was there too. Like, and she was underage, but you know.
So why, you know, from you seem to know the history. Why are these guys so obsessed with underage girls?
It's the same thing that Diddy said about Cassie. So, you know, she wasn't underage when he messed with her. She was 19, but still, he said because they moldable. You know, they, especially when you're around a man of money and influence. Like, I mean, they just believe that they can manipulate them in a different way, and because they haven't been ran through, and like, I don't mean ran through like some whores. I mean like just there's not many people in this industry that can say that they've been with this girl. Like Jay-Z walks around these Hollywood parties. He knows none of these dudes ever touched Beyonce before. You know what I'm saying? Like he knows that this is my woman. I ain't got one man in this industry that can say he ever had her before. But then you got Kim Kardashian, for example, where if you take her out to a party with all these other celebrities, half the men in there didn't hit that.
Right.
You know
But did you hear that? Did you hear that rumor about Jay-Z giving Beyonce to Diddy, like for a night or something like that?
Yeah, I heard that rumor before. The only rumor that I believe though could have been true was the Pimp C rumor. That Pimp C supposedly had got with Beyonce when she was like 18, 19 down in Houston. But I mean, you know, these are just rumors. Like we some of this stuff is sad, man, because like that R. Kelly Aaliyah situation, that's beyond rumors. Like it happened. You know, she admitted it. He admitted it. Like, you know, but Jay and Beyonce, they got a whole different thing going on, man. It's just, I don't know.
Well, we shouldn't get caught too much on the whole rich man, young girl thing, because it's men. So
Right.
many men out there, whether they have paper or not, are abusing our young women. I mean, we can. There is a clear relationship between rich men and getting away with it, because the world isn't built to protect the young women. It's built to protect power, and power, when paired with money and fame, becomes a shield. But these men aren't slick. They're just protected. They have teams of lawyers. They have NDAs. They got the hush money, the whole PR machines ready to bury the truth before it even sees the daylight. And they don't just silence those victims. They discredit them and paint them as fast or broke or crazy, or even tonight, just looking for clout. But I mean, it's not just a rich man's problem. It's not a rich man's issue. It's a men's issue. And the world would rather tear apart a young woman than to hold a man responsible for his guilt and his crimes, especially if that young girl is poor or Black or without influence. Justice just doesn't always show up for them, and the predators know it. So, but what's worse, that some people still defend these men because they made a hit record or two, or opened a school or whatever, brought their mama a house, whatever they did. But good deeds don't erase bad behavior. So yes, rich men get away with it because we let them, because the system protects their image and their influence and their income, while asking survivors to prove that they're worthy of just being believed. But it's time we flip that and just believe girls and expose power, and stop making excuses for men who weaponize their fame to violate and disappear the truth, especially when the evidence is right in front of our faces.
Bars. Straight up bars. So this is the issue, though, right here. Is Jay-Z really rich? Check this out.
Ticket. You can't resell. These tickets are not for resale.
Let me go back.
Over promising and under delivering basic resources for students. Wait,
what's this? Okay.
This is what Ticketmaster had to say about the nonsense that's going on. Prices were set in advance.
Okay.
If he had the money still, he wouldn't mind paying off them student debts.
Okay, here we go.
Just girl. Hello, everybody. How y'all doing? Oh my God. Da-da-do. Somebody please say it ain't so. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Docs Daily. This is sensitive here. Jay-Z and Beyonce are going broke. That's the report. Nobody want to do business with them anymore. They got a bad stigma about them. It's hard to find sponsors because they're tied up in the Diddy, Epstein, Harvey Weinstein. People are trying to avoid Jay-Z and Beyonce. And on top of that, they got more mouths to feed. They just had twins not that long ago. And the rumor is that their children have special needs. I don't want to believe that. You know, kids are kids. Let kids be kids and let those kids grow into being adults. You ever heard of ugly ducklings and things like that? Not saying that about Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids, because they have beautiful.
Let me pause. Sidebar. Angela says, in an interview, another young person on the R. Kelly tour bus said that she walked in on Kellis going downtown on a 13-year-old Aliyah. These young starlets don't stand a chance. Wow. Okay, here we go.
Beautiful kids. Matter of fact, let's move on and get those kids off the screen ASAP, Reggie. Get the kids off the screen. Jay-Z claims Roc Nation was denied $115 million. A line of credit due to scrape accuser statements. So he's losing dough. The money that used to flow in so easily, it ain't flowing in like that. They live in multi-million-dollar mansions, How long did they think they was going to be able to live like that? Not only is Jay-Z not getting no money, Beyonce, she going broke. The Beehive is in a crisis. She's trying to get as much cash as she can get out of this tour, but nobody's trying to pay that much to see what she got going on. They got her working for Levi's overtime. She need Levi's in order to put money in her pocket. The music ain't selling. So what? She got a Grammy. People don't respect her craft. It's going to be hard to switch back over to R&B because R&B is dead. And on top of all of that, can y'all see this? Let me make sure y'all can see this. And on top of all of that,
I don't know if she really did R&B. It was more, at best, it was neo. It wasn't even neo soul. It was more like hip hop was singing in it, in my opinion.
Jay-Z is out here allegedly scamming people. Students at Jay-Z's Rock Nation school claim debt-free scholarship is a scam. Jigga Man is the scammer man. When it comes to kids trying to get their education on, he promised them one thing, but once they graduated, they hit with debt. The Jay-Z backed Rock Nation School at LIU's Brooklyn campus awarded a debt-free scholarship to dozens of students in its inaugural class. When the Rock Nation School launched at Long Island University downtown Brooklyn campus in 2021, as many as 50 students from its inaugural class were awarded that they believed were debt-free scholarships by Jay-Z's Bohemian Entertainment Company, the Bohemian Grove, meaning no loans or grants will be required for the completion of their degree. However, at least a dozen students are now claiming they were billed by the school for thousands of dollars, forcing them to either borrow from the bank or leave their programs altogether, according to a report from Gothamist. Recipients of the Hope Scholarship not only accrued debt for room and board associated living costs, but found their programs to be wildly overpromising and under-delivered.
Wow. What do you guys think?
Hey, DJ, I got a question for you. This is the first time I've heard of that scandal there. About the school, them charging the kids for the school. But was there any any contracts, fine print? Because I'm pretty sure you can't just charge anybody, money without, a contract.
There probably was. That's why he's probably going to be in trouble. We won't know factually until the case or somebody sues them and the claims come out, or we get a look at the paperwork.
But see, that's the thing though, DJ. If they signed a piece of paper and it said in there, you're going to pay me, say, 20 grand to go to school, that means you didn't know.
No, but the problem is what they're saying is that that wasn't in the language. So basically, the only reason this came up, right, was because that's not in the language. They were thinking they were going to get scholarships. Otherwise, why go to his school if you had to pay anyway? You see what I'm saying? The point of going to a school is that you were supposed to get a scholarship. They didn't get their little scholarship to whatever college they were going to. They kind of did what I think is going to happen with this dude right here. Let me bring him up real quick. Let me bring him up. Let me bring him. Come on, where you at? Here we go. Right here.
Here's where I am. So as we know, Caitlin Clark.
Okay, there's a lot going on here. I just want to bring him up because for some reason, I don't know what it is. Maybe somebody can help me. Why do black men love scamming our own people? Wait, hold on. Let me stop this. My phone thought I was asking for something. But yeah, why do we scam our own people so hard?
Well, I want to say, since we bringing up all these black-owned schools, they're not really. That's what Umar's always talking about. most of these schools aren't really owned by the black people whose name is on. I'm gonna give you a good example. Here in Akron, we've got the I Promise School for LeBron, right? And I Promise is actually a Akron public school. 70% of the school's money when it started was paid for by the state of Ohio. LeBron did give them the other 30% because he bought that school. He bought it was a bank, this big ass bank. He bought the bank, gave it to the school, to the city, and helped them remodel it and bust it out and turn it into a school. And then he gave a program called the I Promise program. So you know how it goes. Everybody just assumed it was LeBron's school. You know, his name was on it. You know, he did the big speech and everything. But LeBron owns that school the same way Michael Jordan owns Jordan Brand. He doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Nike owns
Yes, I do.
And
He looks like he owns it, but he doesn't own it. He's kind of like he could be the face of the franchise, or in this case, the school, but he's not.
Yeah,
The concern I have is not that, because it sounds like to me that at least LeBron's school appears to be legit right now.
At least it is open.
No. You're right about that, because Umar never opened in that school. But it's not because I'm hating on Umar when it comes to the school being open, but he's going about it the complete wrong way. He's such an arrogant asshole. Like that. First off, he lost the men, and this is the part that a lot of women probably don't want to hear, but it's the truth. If you don't get the men behind you as well, it's over with. He got all the women out. He got millions of women behind him. But when you lose the men, nobody takes you serious. But anyway, with Jay-Z's situation, I had heard about what was going on. I didn't never look too deep into it, so I'm interested to find out more about it. But I bet you he's not hands-on though. Like none of like LeBron wasn't hands-on. The jacked up thing that happened with I Promise with LeBron is that the inaugural class that they had when he first opened up the school, after the first 4 years, when they went from first grade to fourth grade, the entire class failed math all 4 years. And when it got public, like ESPN ran a story on it, they made it seem like LeBron's school was terrible. It was on his back. And they don't understand LeBron is not at that school. Even on a monthly basis, he's not there. He got the programs running, but it's Akron public schools, and these kids are off the chain. And it's really a public school issue, and not LeBron's. You know, they've got the money to run their own schools, but you got to actually be there and really put your focus into. You can't be focused in like what happened with Oprah School in Africa. She really should have moved down there and stayed down there and just watched over the entire school and run it herself if you wanted to go the way you wanted to go. But when you got a million different businesses going, you got to have people you can trust to run your stuff. Otherwise, you're going to get embarrassed like this. And somebody messes up, and then it's your face on the cover talking about Jay-Z deceived people, you know? So
I got a couple of theories about people like Dr. Umar, though, because it's so weird. I was having this conversation ages ago. I'm not going to say exactly how long ago, but let's just say ages ago. I was a teacher. I was in the classroom, and I had a principal, and he was a dog. He was the lowest of the low, and I could see right through him, but people loved him. He was the Black leader. But behind the scenes, if you didn't really know what was going on, you wouldn't know he was doing dirty. And there's a couple of reasons, because I studied him, because I was with him for a few years, working underneath him. Hurt people. So like some Black men who scam and exploit their own community, they learn survival over integrity. So it's the systematic poverty, it's the broken institutions, it's the exploitation. They learn that. They have it down deep in them. If I don't get it, someone else will. But I mean, that's not our culture. That's the trauma speaking, and that unhealed trauma breeds harm. And then, go ahead.
No, I apologize, ma'am. I apologize for cutting you off. I thought I heard a break. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm long-winded. I can talk all night.
I just wanted to confirm what you were saying about, about unfortunately the black community. You're right. Like I used to live not far from Akron, Ohio, a place called Detroit. We had a mayor, Kwame Kilpatrick. He wasn't the first. Wasn't the first. He wasn't the first black mayor, but that guy was corrupt as a son of a gun. I mean,
but he stayed in there for a little while, didn't he?
Yeah. I think he was there almost 2 terms because he was corrupt in his first term. I remember. Matter of fact, the Strawberry murder. That was during his first term. He survived all that, and man, what did they get him on? I think they got him on. I remember his chief of staff got arrested. Christine Beatty was her name.
Okay.
And she got arrested. Anyway.
Well, that's my second thought that I was having.
Let me answer this chat real quick. Mose 777, aka Mose, says, "Why do black men gossip about other black men?"
I don't understand. Why do black men gossip about other black men? What's the?
Yeah, let me keep going. If a black man is scamming the black community, the authorities, I'm trying to, give him his emphasis, right? The authorities would take him down, not your gossipy tongue. Was that good? Was that good?
No, that was real good, DJ. But
okay.
Now that I understand the question now, the only problem is, I mean, it's hard to do because, like, one of the things, if anybody ever watched the show The Wire, you had a corrupt black politician in the show. They tried to bring him down. There was a scene before the guy goes to trial where the feds wanted to get involved. They wanted the case, and the state said no. And they said, "Well, you're not careful. He's a black man. You're going to turn him into, a hero. Like, you got to make sure your ducks are lined up in a row because."
Right. Let me hold on. Put you on hold just for 1 second. Okay. So this is my retort to the guy, to Mose. Number one, basically, they haven't got around to him yet. Number one. Number two, it happens all the time. Number three, it took them 30 years to get Diddy with all that shit Diddy was doing, poisoning folks. It still took 30 years for them to get to Diddy. So for you to use the thing that I guess what you're saying is that the authorities would get to somebody first. That's not true. A ripoff is a ripoff. Just like when Trump ripped off those people with his Trump University, that was a straight up ripoff too. And they got around to him, but number one, he didn't have to pay that much back. And number two, it had been years later. So look at Jason, another goofy channel with cheap podcast equipment.
Hey, you got to start somewhere, DJ. I mean, come on.
Man, I mean, these people just know everything I got. They know everything I got. Man, how did they find this all out? But hey, naysayers, they can come in here. Y'all angry bros can come in here as long as, hey, but if you mess with somebody in there and they're I can't help you with that, but I think it's kind of funny. But no, and let's and look at this. And look at this, Mose. There's this dude right here. He's thinking the same thing. Let's see what he says.
Umar reps the black community or whatever, but you can't rep that if you're not even in your daughter's life. You moving backwards. You're moving backwards.
By the way, that's Umar's daughter that he forgets all about.
It's not making sense. To the public, you look like this person, but in private, you a whole nother person. And I'm not bashing you. I just don't understand why you're ignoring me. I'm 22 years old and you have yet to be in my life. No graduations, no parties. When I get married, are you going to be at the wedding? Are you going to walk me down the aisle? Yo, I have a stepdad who has been in my life since a little girl. He has been in my life. And I thank God for him.
Like weaves because it caused cancer. Marrying them don't mean they can't still cross you. How did you get a Nigerian name? I should block you for asking that dumbass question. You should already know how I ended up with a Nigerian
Exactly
name.
a good question.
Yes, I want to have one more child. I need a son. I want to have one more child. I need a son. I need a prince. I have 2 princesses of Pan-Africanism.
No, actually, you have 3.
But they are
You have 3.
Under baby mom mind control. I have 2 princesses of Pan-Africanism who I love with all my heart, and I'm sure we're going to work it out one day. But they are under baby mama mind control.
Boss Talk, look, he looks disgusted. So Mose, as you can see, there are other people that truly believe that he's a scam artist, that are men. So you what? I mean, feel free to reply in the chat. So
I mean, some of these men in the community, they say they are of the community, but they're not really in the community. Instead of seeing Black people as kin, they see them as customers, and they use pro-Black language, flashy branding, or church talk to sell these dreams or products or fake investments, but they never deliver. They're not building community. They're using their proximity to Blackness for profit and not for empowerment. And Black folks often want to support each other. So when someone who looks like us offers a shortcut to wealth or love or healing or faith, we tend to lean in. And some men exploit that trust, knowing we're less likely to question them because we want to believe in that Black unity.
well said. I mean, you put that so perfectly. I couldn't have said it any better. In fact, to Mose and Jay Philly, there's your answer right there.
You know, what you just said, Phoenix, so that reminds me of what they say about Black-owned banks. You know, believe it or not, there's actually a handful of Black-owned banks in the country, but they're notorious for overcharging their customers and, you know, feeing you to death. And, you know, it's hard to build with. It's like they take advantage of the fact it's Black-owned.
True.
Power corrupts. Power just corrupts. I wrote that song about Umar after listening to his daughter speak on him, because I mean, you could tell she was speaking from the heart. She wasn't crying and boo-hooing and trying to get a lot of sympathy, but she was saying her part, and she has a right to say that part. But I mean, that whole exploitation that Umar does, the part of the reason that it works is because we want to believe and we want to support each other. So when a brother comes along looking successful, saying all the right things, we're leaning in. But too often that trust gets flipped into profit and no accountability, no apology, just a block number or a fake LLC. But at the end of the day, if you're building your brand off the backs of your own people and not pouring back into them, you're not a leader. You're a predator and a tight-fitted cap, a kufi. What we need is more men who see leadership as a service and not a hustle, more builders, more protectors, more Black men who move with love and not manipulation.
But is there but is there any politician that moves with love? I mean, when you think about it, they're all pretty dirty, whether they're Democrat or Republican.
I personally feel that there are some out there, but as they say, absolute power corrupts absolutely. They might start off with the right flavor, and missteps just take them in the wrong direction. I hate to think that I live in a world where everybody who says they're in the service for the public good is lying through their teeth from day one. I think it's there.
You ever, when you get a chance, Phoenix, so check out the website, Capital Trade. I think it's called capitaltrades.com. But you can find out how your senator, your congressman, whoever is trading stocks. Like, you know, I don't know if you're familiar with the term insider trading, but, you know, if you have information and you're part of a company or you have information on what's going to happen on a company and it's going to go up, and you or down for that matter, you're not supposed to trade based on that knowledge. And our politicians do it every day. Matter of fact, they even post it. Like if I don't know if you remember Martha Stewart, she went to jail for that.
Okay,
Hell,
let's get back
Elon
on.
manipulates the markets himself just by posting it on X.
Yeah, you got a point.
All right, let's listen to Omar a little bit more. Here we go.
Clark's team was playing Angel Reese's team.
Right, and there was a hard foul.
Caitlin Clark made a hard foul. I saw the foul.
Okay.
I definitely thought it was unnecessary because I saw how she kind of pushed her a little bit. I saw it. It was on purpose.
Okay.
I think Caitlin Clark still harbors some animosity towards Angel Reese because Angel Reese still won the national championship.
So
okay, let me go fast forward. It's about right here, I think.
G3 and Ryan Clark. RG3 does a podcast a couple of days ago. And with his white wife in the background, sitting there like a slave master supervising her slave on a plantation. With his wife in the background, RG3 proceeds to insult, denigrate, incriminate, and insult and belittle Angel Reese. He mocked her using stereotypical, exaggerated black ghetto behavioral demonstration.
Yes.
Talked about how she hates Angel Reese. He said, excuse me, Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. He said,
blatantly said.
Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. And I know this. Excuse me, RG3. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark? How do you know this? I'm a psychologist and I can't read nobody's mind. I tell people all the time, I'm not a psychic. I'm a psychologist.
Difference.
I can't read your mind. I can analyze what comes out of it, but I can't read it. RG3 became a psychic in front of his snow bunny, telling the world that I can read Angel Reese's mind. First of all, even if you were a psychic.
Yeah, RG3 is kind of like that. Why he picked a fight with some women he doesn't even know, I have no clue.
Because RG3 is you know what? I don't even like to say that about RG3 because he hasn't done anything egregious for me to really call him a coon, but he definitely towing the line of coonery. Like I saw that episode when his wife was behind him, nodding her head and okaying everything he was saying about Angel Reese. What he said about her was uncalled for. It was almost like that guy in the blue jacket. I hate to bring Sandy back up, but it's almost like that guy in the blue jacket in the Sandy video where he didn't have to say anything about her hair. RG3 didn't have to say anything about her being black. It had nothing to do with that. Caitlin Clark fouled the shit out of her. She got called a tech like she was supposed to. That could have been it. But RG3 wanted to make it seem like, oh, well, she's a white girl and she's a black girl and this is a racial thing. I'm like, nah, man. This is the same guy who married a white woman. She cheated on him. He divorced her, took half his bank, and then he go and what? Marry another white girl. Now, I'm not racist or none of that stuff, but I'm just saying, like, RG3 is not into black women.
Right.
Like, oh.
He's made that clear.
Yeah, like I got an issue. I got many issues with Dr. Umar, right? But when he's right, he's right. All right, he was right about that one.
True.
I mean, here's what I don't get. If a man claims he doesn't like black women, why does he spend so much time critiquing us?
Boom.
Why doesn't he have think pieces or TikToks or YouTube channels? Why do they have all this stuff just to drag the very women they swear they're not interested in? It's really not about their preference. It's about their obsession. You don't talk about what you don't like for hours until it hurts you, haunts you, or still has a hold on you. And the truth is, a lot of these men aren't exactly mad at Black women. They're mad at themselves. They're mad they weren't chosen. They're mad that they didn't rise. They're mad that they can't dominate women who know their worth. So instead of healing, they attack. And instead of elevating what they do love, they fixate on what they claim they don't. And that says more about them than it ever could about us. So let's be clear. A man truly at peace with his preferences don't need to tear down anyone to validate them. So if you don't like Black women, cool. But keep our names out your mouth, off your platforms, and off your insecure little soapbox, because real men don't tear down what they fail to understand. They grow, they move on, they mind their joy and their own damn business.
You know, Phoenix. So I think you hit the nail on the head right again earlier when you said hurt.
Are you talking to me, Ghost?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ghost. I am so sorry, Ghost. I've been calling you Phoenix this whole damn time. I'm so sorry. I apologize for that. But you're still, you still made a very valid point. I don't want to take that away from you. But again, I do apologize for, getting you confused with Phoenix Soul there. But yeah, it's one of those things that what you said earlier, hurt people, and you'll see that especially in the manosphere, especially in Black manosphere, where these are, as you said earlier, a bunch of men that got rejected, weren't picked, or maybe felt slighted by a Black woman a lot of times, so that's, it's like they see, it's not that, they're talking about Black women that because they don't like Black women. It's just, I mean, these are hurt. These are hurt individuals. You know what I mean? That just that has a grudge. And again, you see that in the Black manosphere channels all the time. I mean, that's why they, like, you ever watch an episode? Well, I know you don't watch Fresh and Fit, but you'll see a lot of the
watch them. They not consumer time.
Oh, I understand. I understand wholeheartedly, and I'm not going to try to convince you to watch them. I don't watch them anymore myself. So, but the thing is, a lot of times their fans and stuff, they love blasting these same women all the damn time, and then they'll slide in their DMs, as soon as the show is over with. I mean, ain't that crazy? Ain't that something?
How about this dude right here?
This dude from No Fugazi is so funny to me. But
let me go.
What has he done now?
So it says, when it's been so long, so you think everything is a proposal. And this is his woman, and this is him. And they have several videos of him like faking a proposal to her, which I'm like, maybe she don't want to get married though. That, whatever. I'll leave the door open for that because women also aren't interested in marriage. But this is hilarious to me.
Buckets. Oh, he coming off way too pushy. I hope he don't think he was getting this pussy. He like his bitches psychotic. Sit on his face and explain why I'm toxic. How you talk shit but ain't backing it up? Your pussy wet, send it back to the.
And she has like 5 kids now.
I think she got 5. I think 2 or 3 are his, I think.
I mean, that's the funny thing is he says he's top tier, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let me make sure I don't have PO. I want to make sure that they know I'm not talking about him. Okay. So No Fugazi, he's got 5 kids. and he's with a baby mom, as he puts it. He's made most of his money off of disrespecting baby moms. I mean, he's the epitome of the manosphere, in my opinion, because they're about as big as hypocrites as you can be. And I bet it's the woman who owns that house too. I bet he don't even own that house.
I wouldn't be surprised, but well, actually, let me not say that. Yeah, let me not say that. I don't want to say something get you in trouble.
Get me in trouble.
Yeah.
But okay, this is what's weird though. Let's check this out right here.
Let me ask you something. What? Who the hell raised the Diggs brothers? Stephon Diggs and Trayvon Diggs made it to the NFL. But see, talent will always take you places that bad character can't keep you. And a fool in his money will always depart. Trayvon Diggs allegedly has 7 kids from 7 different baby mamas, and he only 26 years old.
I don't know what to say.
It's called getting lost in the sauce. All right, it's like I'm gonna tell you, man. Men know what it is, and women who understand men at that level, they know what it is too. These dudes are off the chain. They can't. Some of these guys can't handle it. You know what I'm saying? Like they literally can't handle it. And you know what I mean by it when I say can't handle it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they get deep up in that bad boy. They lose their mind literally. They go into animal mode, and I don't mean animal mode like vicious, like rape or nothing. I just mean like they go back to basic instinct, where the only thing that matters is just avoid pain and go after pleasure. Like,
right.
And they want a full experience. You know, they don't want a seed with watermelon. You know what I'm saying? They want the bad boy with seeds in it. If you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like they don't want no in betweens, no contraceptives, none of that. And they'll think about it later. It's one of the, you know how they say shoot first, ask questions later. That's the kind of guys these are. They shoot the club up and they ask questions later when the babies start popping out. So
Well said. Well said.
Yeah, it's terrible, man. But you know, and a lot of these guys, it's a cultural thing, not just a rich person thing. But if you just focus on the rich ones, they think they got enough money to take care of all these kids too, so they don't care. But that's stupid because money don't take care of your children. You do.
But Dante, I don't even think it's that, because like a lot of times, a lot of these guys that get all these kids, they wind up broke. You know, I mean, hell, well, I don't know if Antonio Brown has kids or not, but I mean, I know he's
he does.
Oh, he does. Okay, but yeah, he's broke. Terrell Owens went broke. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, but a lot of these players, man, they just go through their money. It's like they're the definition of fools.
Yep.
I mean, I know what some of these women are trying to do. They're trying to hitch their wagon to the potential of a star with some money. So they don't care if they're baby mama 2, 3, 4, or 5. As long as they one of them, they're fine with it. But at the same time, I don't understand these dudes, because these are the same guys that are saying that women are no good and they dirty and they treacherous and they not to be trusted. And yet these same women you talk about are the same women you are risking your sexual health and livelihood on just to shoot up the club. I mean, I know a lot of guys think that, you know, they can walk it off. Pregnancy becomes the burden of the woman, her shame, her problem. But then the child is here, and it's like, dude, you didn't trap yourself with the recklessness, because if you have a career, especially, that baby mama just not gonna let you ride off into the sunset. She gonna make sure you get in court and leave that sample. I don't understand how they can get both. Treacherous, nasty, not to be trusted women, and these are the same women you having babies with, and some multiple babies with these women. They'll have like 7 kids and 3 baby mamas. I don't
Very
understand.
good point. Very good point.
Yeah, you know, DJ, we always talking about telling the women who, you know, oh, you need to choose better and pick better, which is true for women who get into those situations. But it's the same thing for the guys, you know, just like Gold was saying, like these guys, it don't matter if you're rich or broke. And here's the thing, it's not even like what they're choosing isn't really even about the woman. It's the choice to impregnate her. You know what I'm saying? Like you are letting something that's going to last you 9 to 10 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Dictate the rest of your life. You know, it's. I just never. I had the opportunity to have a gang load of kids by now, with women who I'm so glad I did not, and they wanted to, and it's just. No, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't understand how people, you know, put themselves in those situations. But I got brothers and cousins. Hell, my dad got 9 kids with 6 different women. You know what I'm saying? So, and we all grown now, and luckily we all get along and know each other and everything. But it took a while for that to happen. You know, we had to go through a bunch of crazy stuff. Some of our brothers didn't want us to know each other. All kind of ratchet nonsense. You know, so it's not worth all of that.
Shout out to TK. Shout out to Phoenix Soul in the house. Angela Reddick. Let's see, you know something? Okay. And that the last shall be first. Yeah, Leroy is a little pissed. Leroy is saying, oh yeah, you know, Nelly is yesterday's news. Yeah, he's still the same though.
Oh, DJ, I'm sorry. I wasn't on when you was talking about Nelly. It is something I wanted to say about Nelly. Nelly is a snake, man. Like he makes good music and everything, but you know he's being sued right now by his old rap group, Saint Lunatics. They're suing him, basically saying that he never properly paid them for lyrics that they wrote in some of their songs and some of his songs. And I seen an interview with a lot of them, mainly the dude Kiwan, one of his best friends, and who's his name, Murphy Lee, who ended up being probably the biggest rapper next to Nelly out of that group. And basically, what would happen is when you're in the music industry, you go to the studio, they start playing beats, and you writing songs, and guys are just shouting out lines to you sometimes, you know, and the artist will hear you like, oh, my best friend just said a line, I like that, so he raps it in a song, right? Next thing you know, the song is big, and it's a line that he put in the song like "Hot in Here" or something like that, and the song goes viral, and Nelly's making millions of dollars off of it, and his friends are like, yo, you never gave us any writing credits for that. And, you know, yeah. And now it took them 30 years to do it, or 20 something years to do it. But now they finally done talk to enough lawyers and say, yo, he owes y'all money. Because if you can prove that you wrote some of these lines in these songs, and he never gave y'all any writing credits for it, then y'all can sue him for that money back. And right now, Nelly's talking about some, oh, they doing me dirty and blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah, right, dog. Because, I mean, I totally believe the situation. Because I've seen it happen before with lots of artists where I've seen it happen with producers. They'll make a beat and a rapper will take the beat and make a big hit off of it. And he'll throw the rapper like, he'll throw the producer like $2,000 and that's it. And then the song go off and be like a super big hit. And that producer should have really made $200,000 with. you know, he never gave him a credit for it. So yeah, Nelly is a snake, man.
You know, I got my mother's neighbor went to school with Nelly. I actually talked to Nelly about 3 years ago. You know, and turned out my mom's neighbor went to school with him. You know, I'm gonna ask him about that.
Yeah, actually, because it happens when you in the studio with a recording artist and they bring people, friends, other rappers. This happen. Okay, if you ever look on the back of an album when it gives the credits, right, you will
Yeah.
see the song like a regular song, like let's just say like a Drake album, right? It'll be
Yeah.
Drake by himself rapping, you know, 3 verses and 2 hooks, simple song. But when you see the writers on there, it'll be like 5 or 6 people, like 5 or 6 people wrote this song. Well, what really happened is Drake probably wrote 80-90% of the song. And if anybody even gave him a line to say, you know, a couple of bars, you know what I'm saying? Any little thing, they get a full writing credit for that.
Yeah.
So that's what was going on with Nelly.
I don't know if it
and
was
his-
80-90% he was writing. It might have been because there's, at least from my production experience, it's like somebody wrote the beat, somebody might have put like some lead, a lead in there along with maybe some lyrics. Another person might have wrote some chords for it, that kind of stuff, and that starts to stack up.
Yeah,
and I
that's
learned
why
that everybody gets paid too. They
Yes,
all
that's
get
why
paid.
you will
Supposedly.
see. No, you're right, DJ. You will see a situation where you will have, because also what happens is producers, the guys that make the beats, they get paid for the production. They get a production credit for the beat, and they also get a credit for writing. I don't know why they get a writing credit though. The person, whoever writes the song, get the writing credit. The performer can get a writing credit. Um, Cardi B is a really good one to look at because she don't write shit. And if you look at the back of her songs, it'll be like 12 people on one song.
Yeah.
Here's all you got to do is come up with one line on the song, and you get a full writing credit for it.
Yeah, Deontay, it can be just an idea. It can be just an idea. You know, it will not exactly an idea because you can't copyright ideas, but you can copyright, let's say the structure or the theory, the feeling, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, even if you like, let's say a producer make the beat, right? And I go in there and I put it in like, I don't know, Pro Tools or something, and I like rearrange the beat, right?
Mm-hmm.
That rearrangement right there, I can get a production credit. You see what I'm saying? All I did was move the damn snares 4 bars to the left or something. You know, like, yeah. So Nelly is dealing with that now. And see, here's the thing. Nelly, when I saw Nelly had talked about it in one of his interviews recently, which I don't think he should have did that. He should have just listened to his lawyers and not said shit. But he basically was saying how, when we all in the studio together and we doing our thing, man, magic happens like that, but you got to make sure you get yours though. And I'm like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, these was your friends, dog, you grew up with. And you know that you was using their lines and songs. And he thought that if I just let my dudes hang with me, rent out a big mansion for a couple of years, let them live with me and, break them off some cash every once in a while, all this other dumb stuff, that'll be enough. Yeah, but dude, hiding here is still sells, it's still streams. You making money off of hiding here every year. And these dudes, they obviously not gonna make as much as you are, but still, if I can get a paycheck every month from a song the rest of my life, yeah, I don't care if you get $1,000, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, let me move forward. I'm going to move forward with something else. This one right here. This is Tisa. Tisa tells, and she's teamed up with Nancy Grace. Tisa blew the F up from that from the Diddy case thing. Let's listen to what she's got to say. Here we go.
When did the jury start making?
Wait, let me pause it because that's not loud enough. Um,
contact. And what kind of eye contact? Is it disgusted eye contact, or is it, oh no, you're not going to jail comes contact?
When Diddy was doing the googly eyes, the jury was looking left, right, up, down. They were determined not to give any type of eye contact or even acknowledge. Then all of a sudden, after 7 minutes of boring text messages, which for the last 3 days has been business as usual, they finally said, the defense rests. Jurors that have been paying attention was like, what? And they looked over, very surprised. And it literally took 10 seconds for it to hit. Like, wait, what? What did they say? The jury was absolutely shocked.
let me go back.
When did the jury start?
Okay, so did you know they attacked her? They attacked Tisa? The Diddyites?
Oh, they did. I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, don't worry. I mean, they didn't get to her, but they were trying to. Security.
Yeah. Wait a minute. You mean physically attacked?
Yeah, she was there She was there. Remember that scene where they were like spraying themselves with baby oil because they were happy that Diddy, seemingly to them, got away with it.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. The Phoenix, the reason why is because, she reported on it she reported on it and wasn't favorable enough to them for Diddy's sake. So that's crazy to me. But I actually have her going on actually a crime channel. There's an extended mix of this of her, but her with another one who came up too was Lovely T.I. She came up. So I'm really happy for them. I guess that's what I'm saying. I'm really happy for Tisa. She puts in a lot of work. She works hard. I mean, Tisa be like, I'd be doing a live stream, right? She had a lot. She did something. She released a video before I started my live stream. Then I'm about to go to bed, and then she's releasing another video, right? Then I wake up in the morning. The next morning, she's got another video out. She's putting in that work. She's putting in that work. She literally does in one day what I do in a week. So I'm happy for her success. Thought I had one more.
I'm surprised you don't have any video of old dude in the Galleria from this month.
Oh, you mean who shot it up?
No, he was making a video for TikTok or something about how he was gonna steal. The Galleria Houston is just like in the Galleria Mall. It's all the luxury stores. So he was broadcasting himself stealing.
You got to be kidding.
No, for real. Let me
see if I can look that up real quick. I can go. What do you call it? Freestyle. So, do you remember any names?
That's why I'm trying to find his name right now.
Yeah, there's a lot of people doing stupid stuff like that just to go viral. Anybody remember the guy that was sprayed chemicals on produce at Walmart? Filmed himself doing it.
Oh yeah, I don't think they released his name, but in the studio chat, that's a YouTube link to the video.
Wait, maybe this is it right here.
Yeah, Galleria thief.
Two men who police believe robbed the Roseville Galleria Apple Store Wednesday are expected.
No, not the Apple Store.
Okay.
It's one dude. It's Houston Galleria. It just happened. I put a link in the studio chat.
Serial thieving spree. Oh no, that was 4 years ago. Robbery, maybe this
You see the
one.
link I put in the studio chat?
Let me see. Yeah. That him?
Making a video for social media. Talking about he was gonna steal and nobody was gonna stop him.
Let me grab this real quick.
This dumb jumped from the second or third floor in the Galleria to the ice, running from the laws.
Let me make sure you can hear. I'm going to turn it up a little bit and start it over.
This dumb jumped from the second or third floor in the Galleria to the ice, running from the laws. Bro, both his look at his legs.
A shoplifter's escape plan hit a slippery.
Oops, let me turn that down a little bit. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it?
It was good on this end.
Okay.
Slope at the Galleria on Sunday. Houston police say the man jumped from the second floor down onto the ice rink. He was seriously hurt, and video from the moments after has since gone viral on social media.
Yeah, Ouch Hour Gage Golding is chatting with the man behind the camera who saw the whole thing happen.
He jumped from the top, man, straight on ice, bro. I seen the Zamboni coming out to clear the ice, and then I just see somebody fall.
But this was no accident. The guy laying on the ice skating rink here at the Galleria Mall meant to jump down here. It was all part of his ice-cold getaway plan. Houston police say he just stole from a store in the mall around 2 in the afternoon on Sunday.
At some point, while being chased by police, the suspect jumping over this glass barrier and onto the ice skating rink down below, breaking both of his legs.
What was he thinking?
He tried to get up, and I guess he noticed his legs were broken. He screamed, "My legs are broken." I'm like,
he screamed that.
He screamed, he's like, "My legs are broken." I'm like, well, duh, obviously, right?
What, that must have been what, about 100 feet? Yeah, I think so.
The crazy part is he recorded the own evidence of him stealing.
You got it.
It was on. If you dig deeper, you can find his videos, and you can actually find a video of him hitting the ice because people were recording him running from the police. And when he decided to jump over the second floor edge, it's crazy.
Man,
he recorded his own evidence of him stealing.
See, that's what I was worried about, though. I was worried about that. See, sometimes people, they just want to be famous no matter what. And committing your own crime seems to be top on the list. And I get, well, he's famous now.
I mean, it's
I don't know what he stole, but I was hoping,
nobody gonna tell him he can't take these. Nobody gonna tell him. It's like some sort of designer of sunglasses. He walked into the shop, he put them on his face, he walked out. Of course they gonna chase him.
Yeah. Well, I guess that gives you a new meaning to break a leg.
Break both legs.
No, straight up. I don't know what he thought.
Bro, true. I don't know why he thought he was gonna make that landing whatsoever.
This is just the latest crime in the Galleria area in the recent weeks. That's including 3 different shootings in or around the mall over the last month or so.
I think it's about like what you do when you outside. If you go to a bad area, bad things gonna happen.
I mean, the Galleria.
Hey, I guess it's black excellence.
It's a place like I don't necessarily feel the safest when I come. I would not bring my kids over here.
Houston police got that guy from the ice and took him to the hospital with serious injuries. They do have charges pending both for theft and for evading police. It's only after those charges are formally filed that they release his name. At the Galleria, Gage Golding, KPRC2 News.
They were playing it safe and not showing a whole bunch of the video. But like I said, they have the video of him hitting the ice and not getting up.
Really?
And guess what the first thing he did after he hit the ice and realized he couldn't get up? He pulled out his cell phone and started streaming again, talking about.
You gotta be kidding me. You know what I think is going to happen? I don't know what brand of cell phone he has, but I bet the company is going to call him up and say, hey, you know, you're going to prison for a couple of years, but we'll pay you for the commercial of you, hitting your phone on the ice. It still works. You know what I mean? Like I said, durability. Even if you're stupid and you jump 100 feet, the phone survives because it's made by Samsung or Apple or whatever he's carrying.
People saying that's a bad part of town, but that's uptown Houston. The Galleria Mall is a nice mall. It's still a mall. They don't have stores in there closing left and right, and the houses around it, the condos and stuff. These are $1 million condos. It is not a bad part of Houston.
No,
Yeah.
I think it looks nice. How long has it been there?
Oh, it's been there for a couple of decades. I probably, let me see, Galleria probably opened up sometime during the 70s, probably. But it's uptown Houston. You got downtown, but then you have uptown where some of the money is.
Yeah. It just shows you this, just the perception. It's like, I don't know what to say. It's just like, it's all bad. I mean, it doesn't take a whole lot of, to me, I get the feeling it doesn't take a whole lot of crime to ruin a neighborhood.
It's the Dusties. Because, I mean, how many malls are closing up left and right? This mall not only have the luxury stores, it's got an ice skating rink in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Right. How many places do that?
There's a few. They got another one in Arlington.
Is it a bad place?
I haven't lived there since I was a child, but it wasn't back then.
All right, I'm going to bring up a blast from the past. Let me get this going here. Nice. Okay, there's a volume. That's what I was looking for. Okay, here we go. Wait, okay, here we go. Holleman staying at his mother's house because he's a high-value man. I guess he doesn't have as much money as we thought because, you know, if you're a grown man, he's in his mid-20s, right? I mean, it's great to visit mom, but, you know, you probably want to live your own life somewhere else, right? No, he's not. And that's important for me to know before I play the tape because, number one, he's living on his mom's house. Okay, this is a man who's respected by, you know, millions of men. And you're going to see why. And it's not a good look for us either. But here we go. Here we go.
You know, in a calm voice.
Okay, first, just me right off the bat. Who tapes their own mother? I mean, in a negative way. That just shows you where, right there, really quite honestly, we're done. We could be done. The fact that he's taping his own mother in a negative context, okay, shows you his pathology. That's basically all you need to know, is that he is so low that he will tape his own mother.
Is this Auston Holleman?
That mother. Let me show you. This is Auston Holleman. Shut up. Here we go.
Get your motherfucking dusty ass out of here. I'm not.
If you didn't hear what she said,
I'm not gonna play with dusty ass out of here. I'm not gonna your motherfucking dusty ass out of here.
She said,
you can get your motherfucking dusty ass out of here.
That's the weird part about this is that if you remember her recording where she was like critiquing women, I'm being nice by saying that, critiquing women, and now you know, she was the perfect pick-me type. She was a pick-me back in the day, and I'll tell you why. All right, I'll pause it right there. What are your thoughts, y'all?
I ain't gonna lie, Auston Holleman's mama, boy, she fine, boy. I was saying he gonna get a new stepdad if I'm
She's
around
pretty.
her.
Yeah, she is pretty. That's for sure.
But
I don't know who they are, and I kind of feel good about not knowing who they are.
you don't know who Auston Holleman is?
No.
Oh wow. Yeah, he went viral a couple years ago. I mean, he didn't start the passport bro movement, but he went viral with the passport bro movement.
See, that's why I don't know who he is, because I don't give a damn. If you want to go overseas, go overseas. Take my blessing with you. I will pray for your safety and well-being. I will pray even harder for the women that you pray on, but I don't. If you feel the need to go overseas and you can save enough paper to do so, then you do that. Just don't call me when you run out of money.
Right.
No.
All right. We're going to finish this off with this right here. Okay, remember we were in the middle of this before, so I'm going to start right here.
So that is one of the ways that we kind of get you back, because there are other ways to do that would keep you out of the system and you all would be able to co-parent. However, we need teachings on how to co-parent.
I was going to ask you that.
We don't know how to do that. We don't know how to cohabit with each other. Okay, so we don't know how to co-parent. Anything that's co means unity. We don't know how to practice none of that. Okay, so we need to have teachers or somebody that come up with some kind of program or brochure or something about how to co-parent without the enemy in the middle of it.
Would you be able to provide any advice to anyone in regards to co-parenting? Because people seem to just that anger they have for the other person blinds them in regards to what's important for the child.
Yeah, we'll punish you with the baby. And as I said, I've said this years ago, and it created a new dialogue about it, that if we mad with you, we won't even let you see the baby. If you don't give us money, we won't even let you see your own child. That's not punishing you because you going on about your business. It's punishing the child. That's who's being robbed in the situation. And
What do y'all think? Was that a good argument, or is it like not taking into account why the two people broke up, which has a 50% possibility of being because they were abusive to the mom?
Well, you should never weaponize, a child. Keep them from a parent, and that goes both male or female. The only time you should keep a child away from that parent is if, this parent is abusive or some kind of drug addiction, maybe, because that can lead to abuse of the child. Anything that puts the child's life in danger would be the only reason to keep a child away from their parent. But it shouldn't be weaponized, because here's the thing: even if you do say,
okay, wait,
he's abusive.
I'm sorry to pause you for 1 second. Give me your definition or description of weaponizing a child.
Definition of weaponizing a child, like it's actually quite vague, but it could be where you like to call child protective services on the other parent just out of spite. That's one. Saying things like or purposely preventing the child from being with that estranged parent. If you're making an active effort to make sure that that parent can't see the child, then that is weaponizing a child.
It's the threat. When you threaten a person saying, if I don't get A, B, and C from you, then you're not going to see little Brittany. Like, I've seen.
Okay, wait, Deontay, let me stop you for 1 second. What if A is respect, B is no hands and feet, and C is, to agree to pay whatever the court deems fair. What are those to A and B and C that that woman is asking for, or man in some situations as well?
Well, yeah, if there's a situation where the parent in question who's being blocked from seeing the child is some kind of abuser or some kind of just I don't want to say like drug user, or they're not paying a contractual agreement, whether that's with between the parents or with the court, I can understand that, right? But for the majority of this, I don't believe that that is the issue. I believe that they weaponize the children because obviously women are going to get custody of the kids, what, 90% of the time? So, and if they broke up for whatever reason, the man don't want to be with her no more, and he takes his, resources with him, wherever with him. He ain't gotta be rich. He could just be gone. She could still be in love with him. Now she's making him jump through hoops, do backflips to see his child, and it's like, well, you forgetting about your daughter or your son, how they feel about it. The internet is so full of videos of these women in the parking lot. I seen one where they at the parking lot at a police station. That's where they choose to do the handoffs. It's terrible, the handoffs, whatever you want to call them. And the woman is mad because, oh, the son got a haircut, or you came with your new girlfriend. Like, see, what the hell did him having a new girlfriend have to do with him picking up his daughter or his son?
Right. Let me ask you something now. Oh, well, more of a statement. Did you know that those situations are like maybe like maximum 10%?
I think it's more.
Is like,
I think it's more because do you remember? I ain't gonna lie to you, DJ. I was about to go down a whole list of people in my family, but y'all don't know them, so that's anecdotal. Something that we all probably seen though. How about the woman who turned down her baby's father from bringing him McDonald's? So basically, he said that whenever his son needed food, he would bring it. So he came. She was complaining. She was like, "This is like his third day in a row coming here with some food, and he only bringing it for my one son and not for my other kids. And he know that they need to eat too." And I'm thinking, like, wait a minute. So you got one baby dad that's a good man. So you got 3 kids, 3 baby dads. One of them is good. He actually coming through, doing what he need to do, bringing his child some food, and you getting mad at him that he's not feeding the other kids. But you don't got. I mean, like, I don't.
Well, that at face value. Right, I remember that, but at face value, it seemed like that. But then there was a backstory about like he was like staying with her for a while, right? And she has all the other kids, right? And this is where the argument gets pretty interesting. Now, if you pretended to be those other kids' father to stay with, your one baby's mother, right? And then you guys stop dating and everything, right? And then he only wants to now bring food for his own kid, right? When he was feeding those kids before. He was feeding the other kids when he was getting some. So when that stopped, he stopped feeding all the kids. He would only feed his. And believe it or not, I can understand why she would be mad, because those kids probably thought he loved them or cared for them, right? But now and I think he did it either consciously or unconsciously. I would say unconsciously. Stop feeding them. That's very hurtful to those other kids. That's very hurtful. They thought they had a cool, not father, but a godfather or something. And if you're a godfather, why would you stop feeding kids that you love?
It's all just really heartbreaking, though. I mean, we got to keep the kids in the center. And
well,
does it happen, weaponizing the child? Yes, it happens. Some women do use children to punish the father when a relationship ends. They might withhold access or manipulate the court systems or make parenting harder out of bitterness. Not always out of protection, but out of pain. But what gets left out of the conversation? Some fathers weaponize the child too. Not by cutting ties, but by using the child to keep access to the mother. They'll send unnecessary texts, pop up with last minute visits, or try to insert themselves under the disguise of being a family again. But it's not about co-parenting, that's about control. These men who don't want to co-parent cleanly, they want emotional access, little soft entry points, and a permanent seat in the mother's life, even if it means disrupting peace to get it. And when the mother set boundaries, suddenly she's keeping the child from her. Meanwhile, she's just trying to co-parent without the drama. So let's be real. Children are not pawns. They're not a punishment or a way to hold on to somebody who's let go. When a parent, any parent, uses a child to manipulate, guilt, or control the other person, it's not parenting, that's projection. That's pain doing the driving. So whether you're the mother or the father, remember, if the relationship is over, the war should be too. Focus on the child, not your ego. And if you truly love that child, let them grow up in peace and not stuck in your power struggle.
Bars.
Yeah. I mean, I'd actually take it a step further and just call it, abuse. When you do that, because you got to remember the definition of abuse, and it's, abuse has to deal with power and control. So if you use children to try to, control somebody, to manipulate someone or control, you are an abuser, and you are in effect an abuser.
As an example, I've noticed a trend that when you hear the white women getting pregnant on television and so forth, they'll say, "We're pregnant." I've even heard their men say, "We're pregnant." Okay. We say, "Where's my son? Where's my daughter?" Okay. And I know we real tough, but we can't have no baby by ourselves. They're just not gonna. It has never flown in that way.
Well,
So,
apparently women have been doing that for a long time, so I don't know what she's talking about, in my opinion.
I think she means the conception. A woman can't conceive on her own.
Got it. Thank you.
I think that's something that we could sit down and just talk about. I know we're mad, but we got to do this different, or write it to the person. And we especially get angry if you get it with another woman, because we'll say, "I don't want my child around your other woman." Well, you are more capable to protect a child than we are. You could protect your child better from a woman than we can protect ours from a man. And you have to look out for the daughters and the sons now. It's not just just the little girls anymore, because the situation has gotten just so perverted out here. And our men also don't have the discipline to not be dealing with young girls. Okay. But how many behinds can you look at and that turn you on? And so what happens is that our men sometimes, I know I'm talking a lot of different things, but this is important.
Oh, she's going. Whoa. Ooh, she's going there.
A lot of our men are going after the younger girls because she stimulates them more than another sister with her butt out. It's just enough, and every market can get saturated.
Dang. So she's talking about older men dating girls.
Well, how old is she?
Well, she's probably,
I think she's in her 40s, maybe.
No, 50s.
50s. Yeah, I mean, when she says girls.
Lee?
Yes, the woman speaking.
Yeah,
I don't know her name.
Be in her 50s.
Yeah, so is she in her 50s? I mean, to her, when she used the term girls, I don't think she means as in underage. I think that's, like a woman in her 20s, she calls them young girls. I mean, to her, that would be a young girl.
You know that for sure?
I mean, I don't, because, you know, I don't know her personally, and I'm not inside of her head, so I can't say
Okay. But
I know
you
for
were saying
sure.
that, okay, so basically, you don't know for sure, but you're making an argument that that could be what she meant.
That's what I mean. Just listening to her speak, that's what I believe she means. Yes, I mean, it's. I'll be honest with you. I describe boys that, you know, 18. You know, anybody that's not even 25 yet. You know, man or a woman, I describe them as boy or girl. I mean, because even though they're legal adults, they're, in my mind, they're still kids.
Yeah, they still kids.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see if she cleans it up. Let's see what happens.
Okay. The crack market and what that did to our people. And even now in our schools, we are dealing with the children, great grandchildren and great great grandchildren of the crackheads of the 80s and 70s. Okay. And our children, maybe who we have tried to raise up in a more normal environment, are out here trying to mate with these people that's crazy, emotionally blown, a lot of things. And so that's a problem we're dealing with too, that we're not addressing. We're acting like that this just, you know, we didn't study that because they didn't care about us enough to study that. If it had been their children, they'd have studied that. What is the connection 40 years later to what happened?
Well, let's think about it. Who sold the crack in our community?
Ronald Reagan. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't Reagan. Come on now.
I know. I know. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
All over the North. It was all over North. Yeah, there
Yeah.
was.
Okay,
Yeah,
I keep saying I'm going to stop, but I got one more. I got another one. Faraz Ali is 71 years old. Thank you, Eating Adele.
I'm Abiola Jackson. This is the Attitude.
Let me go forward.
She shuts down this IG video.
All right, so I got Dr. Brian coming over. A lot of people are telling me, okay, just talk to somebody and just, you know what I'm saying, let them know what you're going through. So Dr. Brian is here, and I know, you know, y'all seen her work and how real she be keeping it. Dr. Brian, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
I know I got the phone on record, but Dr. Brian about to help me right now, and you know everybody need help.
Okay, well, hold on, Ray, but we're not going to do this publicly.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do it. We can't have the bottle. We can't drink. We're not doing it publicly.
Okay.
So you're not about to.
Okay. So I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut the camera, but I'm gonna keep y'all updated, and I just wanted to show y'all like, yo, I'm trying to.
Ray, camera off, bottle down, time to go.
So that's the situation with Ray J.
Right there.
And he's having
That right there, that up my respect for Dr. Bryant, because I mean, she could have let him keep the video going and you know, tape them while he does whatever he was going to talk about. But no, she was like, hell no, that's not how it works. You know, this is real therapy. This is not about you, it's not about clicks and views, if you know what I mean. So I like that. So let me go forward. Okay, I think he starts right there.
another person saying.
Okay.
She got Ray J together real quick. He's doing this for help, seeking help. He's been seeking.
I don't know what this is about, but basically it says that Ray J opens up about being suicidal. But
well, we have been taught that.
I didn't know he was.
Yeah. You know, I don't know because we never heard the rest of that because apparently there was nothing else on there. It might have been just clickbait for all we know. I should have done some
Yeah.
more homework on that one. Okay, I think that's yeah. That's any last conversations for tonight?
I did want to add one thing we were speaking about earlier. We were talking about politicians and if you can ever trust any of them or anything. And I think that the vast majority of the mainstream commercial politicians, you know, the presidents, the presidential candidates, the senators and congressmen and women who are at the forefront, a lot of them are fake as hell. They put up a front for the people to try to seem wholesome and nearly perfect, and you can't do that. And I think that the people, we trick ourselves into thinking that those type of people actually exist in this world, and they don't. Like nobody is perfect, nobody is unblemished, and I believe that that's the reason why Donald Trump, for example, won his elections that he did, is because even people who didn't like him recognized that he was being real. Like he wasn't faking and pretending to be this perfect dude. That everybody knew his life before he ran for president, so he couldn't hide that. So he just went out there and did his own thing. And I think that started a new wave that we are about. Once Trump got out of office, we're about to see a lot of people who are not, you know, career politicians run for office, and they're not going to be playing. They're going to be dead serious. Because it's a lot of celebrities who feel like they could could be in office and run things. And now that they see Trump got elected and how serious he is running stuff, they're gonna throw their hat out there too. And they're gonna be themselves. Like they're not gonna try to lie, they're gonna be themselves. I hope it doesn't get out of control, you know, but it's gonna turn into a little show. They talking about The Rock, Mark Zuckerberg. Like, I mean, this is crazy. Trying to run for president, but I think all the fake stuff is over with now. Nobody's buying it no more, and that's why Hillary got slapped, and that's why Kamala got slapped, and that's why Joe Biden was a walking corpse, so he got slapped. But that's all I want to say.
All right, Darnell.
Well, great show as always, DJ. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I'd have to say, you know, as far as when it comes to, you know, the most honest politician we probably have had in recent memory would be the closest would be probably Barack Obama. When you think about it, I mean, you know, whether you like the man or not, you got to admit that he was pretty clean. But for the most part, these guys, they're all dirty. And I'm even going to throw Trump in that category. I mean, you look at what the man has done even back in the 80s before, you know, he was president. I mean, that guy, you know, I mean, everything he does is just, you know, I understand, you know, people are tired of BS and, you know, the American people are tired of BS. I mean, I do agree with Dante about that, but, you know, Donald Trump is in my eyes, is no different. But, you know, the thing is that when it comes to politicians, I mean, they're all going to be dirty. They're all going to be
okay. Wait,
corrupt.
Can I stop you for 1 second?
Sure.
Okay, we're gonna have another probably another political video, but I was hoping we could talk about the video we just did.
Oh, this one here. The last one you just played with what's her name?
Not this. I mean, the live stream, I should say.
Oh, the whole live stream.
Go over, interesting things you found in the live stream, things you agreed with, disagreed with, that kind of stuff.
Well, I do agree. One of the things I agree with, I would say, I forget her name. Yes, I do agree with a lot of what she says. A lot of times, with age comes wisdom. As far as that goes, I believe in that. I think actually, for the most part, I agree with a lot of the things that you presented. There's only one, I can't even remember what it was. There was one thing I had a point of contention. I can't even remember what it was.
Oh, no problem. Ghost, how about you?
You know me, I'm just vibing over here, and I just want to leave by sending out positivity. It's so easy sometimes to get down low with the dustiness of it all, be choking on it. So I'm sending out my positivity, especially to Phoenix Soul. In a world where too many choose dust over dignity and deviance gets the spotlight while decency stands in the shadow, choose good anyway, because good is not soft, good is not weak, good is revolutionary. In the Black community where we've carried too much and healed too little, where pain gets passed down like last names, being kind, being honest, being whole is a radical act. So don't be discouraged by the noise of nonsense. Don't let the clout chasers and the chaos bringers and the look at me spirits make you forget who you are. Good leads to good, always has, always will. Be the standard, be the light and the trust. And you lead with good, you make room for greatness.
Once again, bars to all of you on stage. This is DJ.
There's one thing I just wanted to apologize to Ghost one more time. I do apologize for getting your name wrong for darn near an hour.
That's
forgiveness
kind of
will always flow.
So let's go. I think I'm gonna hit everybody with Ghost track. I like this one right here. Here we go.
When we gather in the name of good.
All right, shout out time. Phoenix Soul.
But to mend what's torn,
Devin, the lifestyle guy.
The veil grows thin, the air turns still, and the ancestors come as they always
Eden Adele.
They rise from root to ash and flame, calling softly.
PK Dane. Angela Reddick. Jay Philly, Miss Alto, Lola Papa, Henry Mars, The Last Shall Be First, Leroy Lucas, Rena West, Anya Sweat,
nothing grows. Bring your stories bruised and bright, your hands that shape both bread and light. Bring your love.
Shout out to Deontay, of course.
The kind that shakes the grief aside.
Shout out to Darnell. Shout out to everybody this weekend. This is DJ Torch. And I'm out of here.